Hope that heel. Okay, good. Up that ball, that foot. Okay. Now, on the backswing, squish the back club under the right foot. Now get to the other club. There you go.
Oh, that's good, John.
There you go. That's a simple way to activate that motion. Yeah. I have like little dog toys that squeak, and I'll put them under people's feet.
So I'm pushing down to pick this club up.
Yep.
And I'm pushing down to pick this club up. That's good. I like that a lot. Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about the hanger training aid. Now, I don't know if you've seen this or used this before, but it is absolutely my new favorite training aid. This hanger here creates and controls what I think is the most important part of the swing, which is the wrist angle. It snaps right on. It takes me probably 30 seconds to put on. I can put it right in my golf bag. And best of all, the main trait of a training aid that's really good is you can hit balls with it. You can actually hit balls with it. So I love this hanger training aids. I've been using it probably for the past 6 to 7 weeks in my own game. You may have seen me in videos talk about, hey, I'm really trying to get my left wrist flat at the top. Look at when I do that well, how that sits on my forearm. Now watch when I cut my wrist, how that comes off. Immediate feedback for where my wrist angle's at. I like to use this even during my takeaway. When I set it up here, I like to keep it between my arms during my takeaway, press it against my left wrist for flat left wrist at the top, press it more against. Look at when I press it against, how that shallows my shaft, that keeps my club face square to close, helps me hit from inside. So I absolutely love this. I firmly believe that this is good for every single golfer. There's no one that can have too flat of a left wrist. One of the few things that all good ball strikers have, we're trying to have. Flat left wrist, right? Super easy to use, incredible immediate feedback. With the coupon code GogornoGolf.com, it's only $59, and I can actually hit balls with it and get instant feedback. Yes, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's about as compressed as I can hit a ball, and that's the main point of this hanger. Iron compression. You're gonna absolutely love it. We'll put all the details down in the description down below. Hey guys, Eric here out at the Bethlehem Golf Club. In today's video, we got an awesome one for you guys. Weight shift, how to shift your weight. A couple things we haven't talked about yet on this channel, and to help guide us through to my left, Mr. John Dunnigan is with us. John, thanks for coming down.
Thank you, Eric.
Got it. So we're going to talk about weight shift in a little bit. If you guys haven't seen any of John's videos, he's got a great YouTube channel. We're going to put the link in the description down below. I want you guys to head over and watch some of his videos. That's where some of these ideas are coming from. And John's been a great coach for quite a few years. I won't date him and age him here on that. But he's a Golf Magazine Top 100, Golf Digest Top 50, 4-time Philadelphia Section PGA Teacher of the Year, which I'm sure there'll be more of that. And one of the guys that really helped me out and helped me when I was first learning how to coach. I want to share that gift with you guys today. So weight shift, John.
You sure you want to learn how to shift your weight?
I would like to learn how to do this thing.
All right. Well, we like to say in golf, you got to learn how to dance with the golf club, not wrestle it.
Dance with the golf club. Show me what you mean,
So here we
John.
go. Come on up here.
Okay. Next
Put
to
your
you.
hiney right on me.
Okay.
Now push me down the fairway.
Push you this way?
Yep, down the fairway. Push hard, push hard.
Okay.
So what do you notice happening when you push it against me like that?
I feel primarily like my right, so I feel my left leg pushing here, my left quad, and I really feel my right foot pushing.
Well, that's really cool. And we just activated that without any instruction. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
That's because you know how to shift your weight, folks. You've been doing it your whole life.
Yeah.
So the thing that we don't get is how it actually works.
Yeah.
And we're going to hopefully talk about several aspects of weight shift now, right?
Yeah. A little footwork
So-
action in there.
All right, so now what I want you to feel is like this foot here is your right foot.
Yep.
This foot here is your left foot. How do you think the backswing starts? That's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good question, yeah.
All right, watch this.
Yeah.
Oh, you stay right there.
Okay,
You're good,
okay.
you're good.
Yep.
Now give me a little shove
This way.
this way. What'd you feel? Left foot turned on.
I feel my left foot push, yeah.
And what we see is universally, again, the pros may do things different than the amateurs.
Yep.
Universally, the pros push off with the front foot first,
Okay.
right? That's going this way. The force is going this way and the ground pushes us back. And then, how about this one? Do you know what causes the transition for the downswing?
Bet you're going to give me a good answer.
It's your footwork going the other way. In fact, I would say that your footwork's starting to push you the other way. I'm pushing myself this way to start the downswing in this direction, and that's what interrupts the backswing.
Got it, okay.
Isn't that crazy?
That is
Most people
crazy.
come to the top, stop dead. What's for lunch? then start the downswing all at once when the pros are going toward the target before they even get near all the way back.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's really kind of cool.
So if I come in, can we do that one more time? If you have you on this side,
Yeah.
I push that. So even if someone comes in, because I get people all the time, I'm sure you hear the same thing, sort of the idea is, hey, I don't know how to shift my weight, or like, I can't shift my weight. A lot of people come in, they say, I kind of know that I'm supposed to shift forward, maybe finish on my lead side, but I'm not sure how to do that or feel that. If they don't have you next to them, right, and they're trying to feel the same thing to start with, could they put like a chair or wall or something?
Well, why wouldn't you, right? Why on earth wouldn't you take your trusty golf bag?
Yep.
All right. Now, we're going to set this golf bag up about 2 to 3 inches away. I might even go, boy, I'll tell you what. You know, you've been told that swaying is bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more sway in the world than you think, folks. All right, so turn back on the backswing a little bit, just a little baby one.
Yep.
Now, I want you to knock that bag over. That's what they're doing. And
Yep.
by the way, like the pressure trace, what you see on the swing catalyst, is going so fast. They are moving the pressure under their shoes so fast, you can't believe it. Come on, knock it right over. There you go. That's it.
And so as I'm doing that, I'm feeling like down into the left and like this way with the right.
Yes.
It's kind of the sensations I
I
get
would say that's, for this direction of the force, that's
Yeah.
exactly right.
And so even if I'm just someone who maybe my coach said, hey, hey, you're on your back foot too long, or you're struggling with shifting weight,
Right.
this would be a nice way for them to learn the feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you make a good point. We're going to discuss that in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
I like to make some good points
All
there,
right,
John.
let's go like this now. So now the fact is,
Really easy to transfer that.
Yeah.
Side note. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The fact is, when you go back in the backswing, you might not quite touch this club shaft over here, right? Even though you can still feel that you have crushed the ground with this foot,
Yep.
right? But now you want to come get me on this one. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So you're still on the foot, but you haven't swayed to the right, and now you can sway a bunch. Go ahead, try one.
And so we want me to hit?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that feels really nice. And I honestly, when I do that, and I'm not saying that just because we're doing this video, that's a really, really, really easy sensation for me to transfer into hitting a ball, even though I was going full swing, full speed right away.
Yeah. Right. It's super. Part of that reason for that is because we have used an external focus cue.
Yeah.
That's super sensible for any kind of athlete knows how to do this
It's easy
already.
to cue that back in
Yeah, it
from
really
previous
is.
experience. So if I take my setup, because you said a lot of things in there I think we can unpack that are really good. When I take my setup, and I guess let's just stick with the forward and back for a moment, and we can
Okay.
talk about the other. When I take my setup position, am I kind of 50-50-ish, maybe slightly more on one side than the other?
All right, now can we talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, if you're hitting an iron, you're going to be about 60% on the front shoe.
Okay.
Okay.
60% on the front shoe.
If you're hitting a driver, you're going to be about the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
But you can start off more neutral with a driver. That's just fine with me too. But with an iron, anything on the ground, if the ball's on the ground, you got to hit down,
Yeah.
and the divot follows your hiney. Right?
Yep.
So if
Okay.
I shift more toward the target,
Yeah.
I'm moving my divot forward.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Good, because it's following you around.
So when you're measuring it on your force plates you have, 60-ish on the left foot to start.
Yeah, it's over and over. And then
Okay.
I see, now there's pressure,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then I see the force, like the front foot starts pushing off in the backswing, even though you might not see any sway,
Yeah.
right? Which is,
Yeah.
that's kind of testy.
It gets a little tricky.
It
for
gets a
some
little
people.
tricky.
So I'm let's say I'm 60 on my left. I'm pushing
Yes.
off of my left, down into and off of,
Yep.
pushing into first,
Yeah.
and then that pushes me away.
Yes.
Okay.
So you
Make
go
sure I'm saying that right.
like almost skate, move your foot
Like
like
this
you're gonna
way.
push my club. Yep. And that'll
Yeah,
push you in
okay,
the other
okay.
direction.
Okay.
And a good measurement, now right here, let your foot roll over. Not too much,
Okay.
okay? To the point where you still stay on the inside of this skate,
Okay.
right? Or ski up on the edge, something like that. That's a way to keep you from swaying in the backswing direction. Although in the forward swing direction, push off that foot like you're skating down the fairway again, and
Yeah,
this
okay.
foot may indeed roll over.
This way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You'll see Jordan Spieth do a huge amount of that roll.
And I'm going to have I'm going to have more hip motion working lateral
yeah.
this way. So if I'm 60-40, because I think the numbers for some people will be a good thing here as well.
Yeah.
So I'm pushing into and off the left. As I'm working up towards the top, I'm not on the outside part of my right foot. Am I getting like 70-30 on the right?
So now, okay, remember, driver versus iron.
Yeah.
With your iron, you can go 70 to 80%. You can even go to 60 because of this nature of the divot following our hiney around.
Okay.
If we move back more on an iron, it can be dicey.
Yeah.
But more athletic players benefit from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some speed stuff involved
Speed
there?
stuff,
Okay.
only a little bit, but we're not trying to hit our irons as far as we can.
We're not
trying to hit them on the green.
Okay. Stay focused, Eric.
Right. Now, on a driver, your feet are going to be a lot wider. Let's put that right foot wider.
Yep.
And now we might even get to 90% to that trail foot because the task is different.
Yeah.
With the driver, the ball's teed up 3 inches, and hitting up on it is a way to hit it much farther.
And I feel that
Yeah.
big time when I even play. Like, I'm not conscious of it, but I'm aware of it if I do think of it. In that my weight feels like it starts more forward with my irons, and it feels like it works more to the right with my driver, and doesn't, and kind of stays more right a little longer compared to normal. And like you said, just by a byproduct of me hitting a ball off the ground with the iron, divot forward, versus the ball in the air with the driver.
A lot of really hard hitters, they get into that trail foot a bunch. They go way into the ball of the left foot this way,
Yeah.
and then they jump backward.
This way.
Yeah.
So if I'm, let's say I'm starting from the beginning again, 60-40, push into the left, on to the right, depending upon the club I'm using, still the inside part of the right foot.
Good, good.
And then I'm starting to push off of the right and back into the left before I'm completing my backswing.
Yes.
And then I'm continuing to push down into the left, how long?
Yeah. Well, right about there. And then remember how you pushed me before? What we tell people is, okay, now from here, this is we call this delivery.
Yeah.
Now push me up in the air. Oh, baby.
That
You're
way.
a strong boy.
Thank you.
Go again. Push.
That way. Yeah, okay.
And that is the vertical force. So this force, this way, you'll see me do this on the lesson tee. This is the horizontal force, okay? The vertical force is up, and then there's the turn force. And you mentioned already the skateboard, and we're gonna do a flip turn.
That's the sensation with a knife on the downside.
That's my knife. That was for if you did the wrist thing wrong.
I know, I remember.
Okay?
So as I'm working this way, so let's even say we go back to the golfer who comes in and they're like, because what I see the most is they're probably not 60-40 on the left to start.
Yeah.
And then they definitely don't go hard enough or far enough left.
Yeah, and I'm talking 90 on the
This
front
way.
side, right?
And me having just to start with, like if I were just beginning this here, right?
Mhm.
And I'm feeling a little bit of a push off my left,
Love that.
and then I'm feeling like I did with the hit the bag, which is for me, I do feel a little bit left foot, but I'm really feeling that right foot pushing this way.
Yep.
Sort of
Beautiful.
sensation into the way through. Even if I'm just starting with those two, right?
We've come a long way, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
In terms of getting
that's
divot
huge.
forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Let
might
me,
not.
let me hit one or two, John, as we keep
Yeah,
talking.
yeah,
Let's,
do
let's,
it.
Let's
I love
keep talking. I
You
just want to.
feel. And by the way, see what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Wait, folks, watch the man's feet. See that right there? I have a prediction. Now that we know a lot about ground forces, you're going to see a lot of that happening on TV. You're going to
Lots
see a
of wag
lot
on.
less dead, solid, static, still address positions.
One of the things too, I mean, outside of obviously me hitting the ball solid, divot forward, I think the overall rhythm, the overall sense of how my swing feels and how athletic, when I'm keen on those sensations, because I think a lot of people that I would work with need the forward part just for the basic functionality of solid contact.
Yep.
Divot forward. First things
Agreed.
first.
Agreed.
But I think as you get beyond that, some of the things of how it feels.
That rhythm, I know people don't think rhythm and stuff like that
I'm gonna hit another one, John.
is important in golf, which is kind of funny because it's a timing game, isn't it?
That feels good,
But
John.
there's a rhythm to this footwork that is something that really works well, especially when you're coming down a chance to win the match on hole 14 and 15 and 16, and maybe even 18.
Yeah, 100%. And so as I'm doing this, the only other piece that I really want to, so I feel like I'm into my left. I definitely feel here, a little bit more here to start, kind of pushing outside of my foot this way, and then I'm working back into the bag early.
Yes.
It's on the left, off the left, and then kind of off the right. Yeah, that feels nice. So the other piece I'd like to just have a general overview for someone. If we were teaching a beginner class, I'd like for you to correct me if this is incorrect, how I would teach a beginner class if they said, hey, where does the weight go in terms of heel to toe? My general response would be, I'd like to see players start with the weight generally just forward of middle, like a ball of the foot type of deal.
Yeah, 60% of the balls. Now, when you go back, you're going to push yourself back, and you may feel a little bit more pressure under the heel of the shoe, like you're squishing something under your right heel.
Yeah.
Right? But in the downswing, I want you to step in to the forefoot, push it. Yeah. And now, boy.
Now I can do the throw, the up part,
Yeah,
as a reaction to that down.
In fact, I would tell you this. It's amazing how often I get the turn up and away for free just when I put this motion into the swing. So your brain is smart.
Yeah, that's one of the other big themes, I think, from today. So I'm taking my setup position, a little more on my left. I'm pushing back. The pressure in the balls of the feet. And then, like that 101 class, John, I would say, hey, there's going to be a little bit of action towards the heel of the right foot and a little bit of action towards the toe of the left foot. And then it's going to kind of reverse. It's not slowly but surely. As I start down, it'll probably be back kind of in the middle-ish of both, but I'm working towards my left toes, right?
Yeah.
It's into my left toes and then gradual.
Great way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Up that heel. Okay, good. Up that ball of that foot. Okay. Now, on the backswing, squish the back club under the right foot. Now get to the other club. There you go.
Oh, that's good, John.
There you go. That's a simple way to activate that motion. Yeah. I have like little dog toys that squeak, and I'll put them under people's feet.
So I'm pushing down to pick this club up.
Yep.
And I'm pushing down to pick this club up. That's good. I like that a lot. And then, for some people, because obviously there's going to be, that's really good. There's going to be some different people who have different tendencies. Like sometimes the higher end player, the better player, you would see maybe they push down into the toes and maybe they stay there too long. Yeah. They don't get out this way at all.
Right, right.
For a lot of those players, maybe they would need to have the sensations like they're still doing that early, but they're making sure that they...
Yeah, so I might say, okay, that's really, really good, but you got to get out of it. Yeah. Okay, so let's put you in there like you're coming into impact now.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to take your back pocket and hit my club with it. Oh, there you go. All right, we call that back pocket back.
Yeah.
I could use it on the downswing or the backswing, and see that's already pushing the leg up.
Yeah, okay. So that's happening as a byproduct of me feeling that going that way.
Yeah, they're terribly related.
John, we should really, I'm gonna hit one with that because that feels really good. We really need to do like 52-minute like drill clips, like versions, like of their own little things here. Okay, let me just do that one more time.
Yeah, you can feel it.
I can feel that big time. I'm gonna feel into my toe and then kind of the hip back into the club. The thing I like about a lot of these too, and what I like about the bag the most, is instantly I can take that out and go hit and practice with it. Yeah. So if I'm gonna do this piece first and I'm pushing into it, maybe they can do their bag. Would they be doing like a couple reps to feel it, hit one, maybe record it?
Great question. That's really good. You give it a couple reps. It's exactly right. Couple reps. Now, the problem with any practice swing is the task is different. Right. So you've seen people, give me a turning drill that you might have even shown somebody. There you go. Now, here's my question.
Yep.
What the hell does that have to do with golf?
Right.
We've just eliminated the task.
Yeah.
Right? What's the hard part of golf? Hitting the damn ball.
Yeah, right.
So anything you do needs to get a ball in the way really fast. So maybe you give it a couple of these, right? Do you ever see it? Have you ever seen a student with a lovely practice swing? They look like Jack Nicklaus on the practice swing and Jack Nicholson on the real swing?
All the time.
Yeah, well, that's the task changed.
John, I mean, I say that so often to people. They say, hey, why can my practice swing looks different than the ball, and what do I do about it? And I'd say, well, probably part one is you got to do less without the ball, more with the ball. Like, have the ball in there more. Like, you have to learn within the task you're doing.
Yeah. Which is why it has to be okay to make mistakes.
The
second you call that super good hook, that hooked way too much, bad, your learning's going to go right down the tubes. So you got to be willing to make mistakes, just like learning how to ride a bike.
So a couple of reps, come in, do it.
A couple reps,
monitor
try
it.
it. With a couple. Don't judge the contact. See if you actually did what you're trying to do. Because maybe you made bad contact because you actually didn't do it. Right? But people don't go that step. Yeah, you need some feedback, and your feel, as we have discussed, sucks.
You need
video.
You heard it here first. Mr. John Dunnigan. Thank you, that was beautiful. Weight shift. There's a lot of other little micro things we can dig into, but I think the amounts of shifting, I think the timing of it, and a general sense of the heel to toe goes a long way within this. And obviously, if you guys have any questions about that, you can leave a comment down below. John and I will answer. We'll put a card here up on the screen, similar style video if you guys enjoyed this one. We'll also put a card for Cogorno Golf. Would love to see you there. John, thanks, man.
Thanks, Eric.
Beautiful, got it, man. Thank you.